This is David Hakan with Casey Cafe Radio at the Walnut Valley Music Festival. I'm here with Elliot Ranney, who is one of the alternates in the new song showcase. Welcome, Elliot.
Hey, David, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Same here.
Tell us a little bit about your background in music growing up.
I've always been, ever since I was little, all I remember is listening to how the songs were put together. And to me, that was the most fascinating thing. And one particular song that stands out the most is Rhapsody in Blue, George Gershwin. Mm-hmm. And with that song, there are so many different parts, and I was completely entranced by it. And thinking to myself, how did he figure out that that's this one particular part? This is what went there, right. The bridge, and I didn't know that was what that was. So that's how I started as a songwriter, just by listening, and which is one of my philosophical things, is that if you're going to be a songwriter, the first thing that we do is we listen, and that's how we learn. So that's it for that.
What was the spark for this first song that you're going to play for us? How did you get started on that?
I am a big fan of Steely Dan, and so and today happens to be the day that Walter Becker's collection of instruments and gear is being auctioned, and so I wore it, and I just happened to have this T-shirt with me. And I go out and on Facebook, that's what they,
wow.
and that's what's going on right now. And I don't know if it's over, but he's got tons of gear and stuff, and anyone who has money to burn would probably want to have a little bit of Walter. So which is really sad, because he was amazing. And so anyway, I've with a lot of songs and a lot of things I've written a music that's somewhat similar to James Taylor or Paul Simon, mm-hmm. And this particular one, I've been listening to a lot of Steely Dan and reading up about him, and in reading about him, they said their whole thing was the blues. I think it was blues based, and I'm thinking, well, hammer hit to the head, of course, because their stuff is the modified blues, and it's and I thought, well, that's great. I'm gonna see if I can get in the ballpark, anywhere into the zip code that they write. And so I wrote the song called Walter, Donald, and the Steely Sedan, and it is one of the songs, the second song in the International Fingerstyle Guitar competition that I played. And it's only 1:09.
Let's hear that song. Tell us about this new album project you've got in the works.
Well, this new album project is I am in the twilight years of my life, and all these songs seem to have a thread weaving them all together. And the title track of the album is called the album is called Colors of Autumn. And so I wrote this really beautiful instrumental, and I plan on having a cello and a violin and the guitar.
Nice.
and because it seems like when I played it and recorded it for the middle album, Bellevue Shuffle, which is what the first song is on, Walter Donald, and so we decided to keep that out, and someone told me that said, you know, there's too much repetition, so do something different. But anyway, that's not the song that I'm going to be playing, but that's just the name of the album. And so I'm real excited about that, and that is a very challenging song. But this song that I'm playing now is had been listening to a lot of this awful news about people trying to find a safe place to live in the world. And basically that's what this song is called. I mean, the song is all about. And I'm not going to give you the name of it because you'll think, oh, it's going to be like this other guy's song. And when my wife said, you ought to call it this name, and I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to have to turn this one upside down on its head and really make it stand out from anything else that you would think of when you heard the name of the song. So,
okay. Well, let's hear it.
All she wrote, safety tonight on the carnival ride to paradise. Work a third job in the city. Radio sings to the night. Look to the sky, do the same star shine on paradise. Unblock the slaver's collar. Shackle the yoke to find just the bottom of a cosmic joke. Waltz our way through the dystopian day, evade the checkpoint, crossing the border, and hail the count the stars, settle for Mars, wait for the storm to blow over. She's another runaway from the mainland, where young girls are bought and molested and sold, cling to the dream of material life. Paradise, underground's alive in the quarter, searching for a pearl with green eyes, with voices and bullhorn blaring out the name. Paradise. Lost in the moments, breathless and becomes amplified. Here we sit meditatively tuned into paradise. Could be the Hollywood ending, our hero revived by a kiss. Credits roll by, planets align over paradise. Unblock the slaver's dystopian day, evade the checkpoint, crossing the border, inhale the cat of the stars, settle for Mars, wait for the storm to blow over.
Wow, I love how that is such a gentle song with a cutting edge.
Isn't it? That is the Keystone song for the whole album. And I was just, Dave Black, who is a wonderful musician, showed me this song, this chord. And I tucked that into my back pocket. And I said, I'm going to work with that, man. And that's how that whole song started for one chord.
Cool.
Oh man, so yeah, that blew. I have never written anything like this, and so I'm just totally stoked by that song. And I love playing it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today,
David,
Elliot.
thank you for having me, man. And I want to shout out to Kathy Forsty.
Yeah.
And I miss you, young lady, and I hope everything's going great.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much.